All right, starting off with some pause squats per usual. I've been loading these too heavy, and it got me on Monday. I my goal was 2 by 6. This is the second set. My first one I just racked it at 4, and then on this set, as you'll see, I fail a rep. Uh, I got to start auto regulating weight selection a little bit, especially with accessory movements, because I think pause squats high bar are a little bit harder than they are low bar. Um, Maybe just because I'm deeper in the hole, or I'm more reliant on the bounce at the bottom with high bars. Probably more accurate. Yep. So there's my fail. Uh, Speed deadlifts went, okay. I was able to get pretty fast with 310 here. Um, and torso position being what it is, it's pretty good. I'm not too worried about it. I just gotta bend over a little bit more to get my lats or my stomach locked in. It is what it is. Um, I don't know how people brace with such a neutral spine. It's just it hasn't worked out for me. So just gotta keep doing what I'm doing. I don't get back tweaks from deadlifts, so I'm not too worried about it. Here's my heavy bench for the week. I'm pretty happy with how it went. I've been taking like slightly longer pauses just to, I guess get ready in case I need to take a longer pause on the meet day. Here's my close grip. This felt really wobbly and bad, if I'm being honest. I can't like. I feel like part of the reason I switched made my grip wider is I feel like I can't engage my back when I'm doing it with a narrow grip. So it looked fine, but it was super wobbly, and you could see like in the first rep it takes a second, like stutters. Here's my volume squats. Uh, Squatting high bar, it feels a lot worse than it looks. I feel like my back's completely collapsing and I'm about to dump the bar forward, but it looks perfectly fine. So I think it's just a matter of getting used to it, the bar being in a different position, and like my body's saying, hey, not gonna dump the bar. Stop worrying about it so much. Here's my bigger squats. That's 90% for me. Um, I only need to improve this, and considering this is fatigued, I'm in a pretty good place for what I want to hit with my squat, which is a lower number, but I'm okay with that. But all things considered, I'm on track with squats now. But once I readjusted my perspective, here's snatch grip deadlift. I replaced RDLs with these, and I added in some single leg RDLs to cover that kind of hinge slot. It's not, single leg RDLs not as potent as a regular RDL, but I'm just getting more specific because meet's coming up. And here's where I smash myself in the nuts. This is something I wanted to speak on today. All programs are linear because you're you lack specificity when you're far out from a meet, and you increase specificity when you're coming close to a meet. That that works. That's the same thing with I imagine with Well, with conjugate, you have circa max. Linear, obviously, you get heavier and heavier. And same thing with block. Block is just linear, but less smooth transitions, realistically. But all programs are also concurrent, right? So a linear, you're always training multiple qualities at once. Linear, maybe not as much, but, if you're doing sets of 8 or whatever, it's still fairly heavy. You're still training for strength. It's not all just hypertrophy. Otherwise, you just do bodybuilding stuff. Or block, same thing. If you're only doing hypertrophy stuff in a block, you're just gonna detrain. So it's good to have a mix of both. You want to be training all qualities at once. It's just what you're specializing in at the time. This is what I was listening to over the week. It's good. It's poppy a little bit. It's fun. It's groovy, but not super my taste. I've listened to this album a few times. I don't mind it. I like it. Otherwise, I wouldn't listen to it again. But it's very bro-y. But I think it's worth a listen, anyways. And yeah, this is my email. I will coach for free. Just trying to flesh out my system here. If more current style training is interesting to you, shoot me an email.